If you're thinking about retirement, you've probably heard about annuities. But there's a huge risk that most people never see coming when they buy one from a typical financial advisor. Getting this one thing right could honestly be the most important decision you make for your entire financial future.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is your financial advisor really showing you the whole picture when it comes to annuities? It's such a critical question because, as we're about to find out, the answer for most people is, surprisingly, no.
And we're not talking about a small decision here. Come on, choosing an annuity is about taking your entire life savings and turning it into a paycheck you can count on for the rest of your life. It's about protecting everything you've worked for. The stakes? Well, they just don't get any higher than this. Okay, so let's dive into the first major problem. And this is a big one. It's all about limited access. This is the main reason why you could be missing out on the very best annuities for you, without even realizing it.
Just take a look at this. It's pretty shocking, right? The entire annuity market has over 1,000 different products. But a typical advisor, their firm might only let them show you around 50 of those. And if you're with a captive advisor, someone who works for just one single company, they might only have 7 options to show you. That's like going to a huge restaurant and the waiter only showing you the kids' menu.
So what does that limited menu actually mean for your retirement? Well, sure, it might feel simpler, but the downside is massive. You could be missing out on annuities that pay a much higher income, ones that have better growth potential, or even ones from safer, more highly rated insurance companies. At the end of the day, those limited choices often benefit the advisor's company way more than they benefit you.
And this problem of limited access, it leads directly into our second major issue: biases and some pretty serious knowledge gaps. It really makes you stop and ask, am I actually getting complete and correct advice?
So here's the thing that most people don't realize. Investments and insurance, they are two totally different worlds. Most financial advisors are experts in investments, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, but they often get very, very little specialized training on annuities, which are insurance products, and yet they're the ones selling them.
In that knowledge gap, it has some really serious consequences. I'm talking incorrect explanations about how annuities work, really poor product recommendations, and just a ton of confusion between all the different types of annuities. Some are designed for safety, and others can put your money right at risk.
Now, this lack of deep insurance knowledge leads to another really common problem. Advisors tend to recommend what they're comfortable with. And since their background is in the stock market, they often just default to selling these super complex investment-style variable annuities.
So what exactly is a variable annuity, or a VA? Well, it's an annuity where your money is directly tied to how well the stock market does. This means your principal, your retirement nest egg, is exposed to market risk, and these products almost always come loaded with really high annual fees. Now, you might hear that VAs have higher growth potential, and that can be true, but for anyone who's looking for safety in retirement, the cons are just huge. You've got high fees that are constantly eating away at your money, and you're directly exposed to stock market crashes. Think about it. A 2.5% annual fee might not sound like a lot, but over 20 years, that can literally eat up almost half of your potential gains. For so many retirees, a safer alternative like a fixed-indexed annuity is a much better fit, giving you growth potential without the market risk and often with no fees at all.
And it doesn't even stop there. Some advisors have to meet sales quotas, which puts pressure on them to push certain products. Recommendations can be influenced by who pays the highest commission, not what's actually best for you. And other great strategies, like simple, high-yield fixed annuities or plans for long-term care, they often get completely ignored.
Okay, I know we've laid out some serious problems, but here's the great news. There's a very clear, very simple solution. And that brings us to the power of independence and how you can get truly unbiased advice and way better options.
Let's just put this side by side because it makes it so clear. On one hand, you have a typical advisor with that limited menu and an investment-first focus. On the other hand, you have an independent annuity broker. They can shop the entire market for you, all 1,000 plus products. They have zero sales quotas from a big company, and they are true specialists who live and breathe these insurance products.
This quote really just says it all. Independent brokers can shop all carriers. Most advisors cannot. And what does that mean for you? It means you get access to better pricing, much stronger guarantees, and more financially sound insurance companies. Working with an independent expert just opens up a whole world of better choices. It's that simple.
So how do you actually use this information?
Let's talk about comparing annuities the right way, because this is your path to finding the absolute best annuity for your retirement.
You know, if you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this. You do not have to settle for a limited menu. You do not have to risk getting biased advice. The single most powerful thing you can do to protect yourself and get the best deal is to compare your options across the entire market. Comparison, it is absolutely crucial.
And hey, if you'd like some help doing that comparison, that's exactly what we do here at The Annuity Expert. As independent brokers, our services are always completely free to you. We'll shop that entire market to find the highest possible income payouts and the best rates, and we'll help you steer clear of all those hidden fees and bad contracts. If you have any questions at all, just give us a call at the number on your screen.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to cut through all the noise and make sure you're getting the absolute best annuity for your retirement? Thanks so much for watching.